And when we are working, we would like to be productive. And also, we would like to know, are we relative? Are we relevant in that field? Yes. And we also feeling that time goes very fast. And being a team member, being a developer, when you are on a team, you would like to deliver your project and really would like to be successful. Occasionally you start looking on a bigger scope, bigger than tools. What is software organization process? What are you doing in general? And occasionally you go to some academic papers. And a couple months ago, I stumbled upon Institute for the Future. How it sounds for you? There is a Phoenix University, and they do have Institute for the Future. And they do some social researches and publications. And one of them, what I liked it when I read it, was about future work skills for 2020. Why they say in 2020? It is just a report for next 10 years. And now is 2012, the report was in 2011. And very first time when you look at any academic paper, you got lost in it. There is a huge amount of information. There is very complex terminology. And sometimes people, when they produce report, they also try to produce a kind of a map of that report so people can look at it and understand. And when I looked at it first time, I got lost. But later, when I start going into article and to this map, I start getting more and more information. And now I just would like to tell you what I learned and kind of try to decipher this diagram. And number one, what we know is where is this thing like longevity in our life. So we live longer now. And if you go back, we may say maybe 50 or 100 years ago, you grew up, you got profession, and you're doing it for whole life. And if you will not kill it during war, you may die of disease, but you essentially, during your life, you have one profession, and you're skilled at it, and you're doing it one thing during your life. Most likely now, it's not possible. Even if you in IT, you have to go from developer to integrator to architect, you have to move. And this is what I'm saying, we will live longer and we need to adapt. And now is, what is main difference between two, like let's say with Gable, yes, and the person? Gable was meant to be Gable. He cannot be a hammer even, but you can pretend it. He cannot be a car. But as a person, I learned something in kindergarten, and I learned something in high school. But turned out that in college I learned something else, and I changed myself. And 10 years after college, I realized that I went wrong way. I have to change myself, and I have to learn. So when we live longer, we have to keep living. And now I step back to this report. So what we have is 6 driving forces. And one of them, our longevity of life. And when we have these 6 driving forces, we also have kind of a key skills of people where those driving forces kind of forming those skills and where people can develop them. And I will not talk about all of them, but mention some of them. So I mentioned it with long lifespan, yes? Next, I would mention is rise of smart machines. If Terminator comes to your mind, yes. But in general, we have here Deep Blue and Watson. Yes, and now nobody will play with them chess and say, maybe I will beat you. Now it's obvious. So what is different in this year than 10 years ago? It's obvious that machines are very smart. But what comes out of it is machines are very smart, but what is still come to people is sense making. Deep Blue can play chess, but if you ask him, can you play pool? He has no idea. You want to go to swim, or you going to play hedge on the stock market, or you going to play pool with balls, yes? So this is very important that where people competing with machines, even machine can outsmart them. what you do in at work, you making sense of out of you doing, and it's very important because machines they cannot do it. Next, we coming back to IT and computational stuff. What is driving force is that tons of information, and information keeps increasing, and we go into these skills, cognitive load management. It means that people have to be able to process those tons and tons of information, and do not get stressed out here. You will need to be able to filter it. You need to be able to make decisions. And this is how you need to improve your skills and think about it. And when you are assembling team, you also have to look how well the team members will be able to solve this project when it makes sense and be able to digest lots of information and deliver it. Next, we can move to global connectivity. We were recently worried about outsourcing, but now with collaborations, virtual collaborations, people can work in same office, different country, and with, for example, Skype, you can have video conference, voice conference, and in order for your team to be competitive and deliver, team members really need to know how to collaborate. And for individuals, you as individual, in order to join a good team, you have to prove that you can collaborate with remote people. And maybe you are remote, and everybody is kind of a big net of people. So now I would wrap my speech about it, but main point is that if you happen to interested in this, you can go find on internet Institute for the Future, Phoenix, and read more about this article. What it can give you is what is future trends with 6 driving stuff, and what kind of your properties, your features, your capabilities you can improve or even grow to be competitive and to be usable in this new goal 2020. Thank you.